Okay, we're live.
Hello, everybody! Welcome to the only news source that is both credible and incredible. You like that?
I like it.
Yeah, I
He's
like it a lot. I was working on that one.
yeah, we don't really have an intro at the moment,
Yeah,
but we're working on
we're
it.
incredibly credible.
Yeah.
I
So
know, right? That's so good. Oh my. Uh, okay, so in preparation for this show, as it were, our good friend Grady got us a Google Doc. So run us through the process of preparing for a political podcast.
what I did was I browsed multiple
Yeah.
sources so we get the most
Oh,
accurate view possible. Up to
I read it 3 times. So we got,
yeah.
yeah.
So I looked at I don't know if Reddit is a good source, but Reddit, Google News, and then CNN Politics, Fox News Politics, The Guardian, New York
Mm,
Post, New York Times, stuff like that. So I just saw what was trending this week, and
CNN, Fox News, the most credible news sources.
yeah, so I just put them all in a Google Doc, and we're gonna
Yeah,
talk
now we're
about it.
here to talk about.
Joe Biden's visit to the Detroit Auto Show.
Yeah, he did that. He visited it, and it was funny.
Did you see it?
He drove around in a car and was like, "Yeah, electric. I want to put us into further debt." That's what he said. He said that. Well, he
Yeah.
didn't say that. He meant it. That's what he meant to say.
Is it normal for a president to visit the Detroit Auto Show? I don't recall any
Is
other.
it normal for a president when we're about to go through a depression to give out more money from the government to make electric
LMAO.
cars?
Yeah, what do you think about electric cars?
I
These.
think electric cars are cool. I think the engines are cool. Like you get the instant transfer of power.
Hmm.
However, I don't think just stepping on the gas, if you would, with this whole plan is, timely. I feel like we're not in the right timeline for you to just spend trillions of dollars on, electric cars.
Yeah, and what I think we need to do is build up the infrastructure first, like our power grids, because both Texas and California, the extreme cold and extreme heat, their power grids just completely broke down. So it's just like they need to start with a
More.
one with the source of power.
Yeah, promising grants isn't the most poggers idea, I guess, at the moment, especially with the incoming recession, which we'll talk about later. FedEx, a heralding of bad news.
Yeah, what do you think about California banning the sale of gas cars in 2035?
2035, well, that's a real far off. So I guess
Like
I will see
13
how it works in
years.
California, and I guess that'll be a model to dictate how everyone else does it.
I don't know if that would work out. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, there would have to be a lot of progress in those 13 years.
My 2003 Ford Focus ZX3 2-liter engine is going to be worth so much in California when they stop selling cars.
I think the rule is they're just gonna ban new gas cars from being sold.
Really good for Facebook Marketplace.
So like you can buy a car from a year ago that's gas, but anything beyond 2035 is electric.
Yeah, that's still a long ways out. I think in 13 years we could get some electric infrastructure going, at least in one state, California.
Yeah, we need to go nuclear. I've been
After we recover from the Great Depression that we're about to be thrust into, we can finally drive our electric cars in peace.
nuclear.
Under the Maoism communist regime that's about to be employed after
Uh-oh.
China takes Taiwan.
Yes, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about that later.
It's all just coming together,
You're
baby.
getting ahead of yourself here.
No, I'm just integrating. I'm tying everything together.
Okay. Okay, our next
Let
point.
me ask. Oh, I
Oh,
wanted to ask you a
okay,
question.
ask me a question.
Okay, so have you ever been like wanting to buy something, right? And
Yep.
and you're in a cashier's line
Yep.
and there's like three people ahead of you and then to your right, there's like one person. So you leave that line and go to the other one because you're impatient.
Yep.
How long would you wait in line to go pay your respects to Queen Elizabeth? If I couldn't stand in line for one extra person, I would not stay there for 14 hours.
Yeah, it is just they need to do something about it. I don't know, but most of it is just old people visiting. It's not really young people.
What does this say about British society as a whole?
I think it's the same with American culture. We just treat celebrities with too much respect, or I don't know would you call it? It's just we think too
Bro,
highly of people. In reality, they're just human. It's not like they're a god.
they walked 5 miles in one day to respect the Queen. That is more exercise than they'll get for the rest of the year combined.
I don't know if they walked. I think.
Well, they kind of shuffled slowly.
Did you see it?
No,
Were they all standing? I thought it was a car
I
line.
read about it, and I was like, wait, it was a car line. Never mind,
Yeah.
bro. Let me pop open. Let's see. Because I
I
read about it, but I didn't get any. I didn't get any flyby drone view. Let's get a flyby drone view, Jim. Let's
We're
go.
gonna add that in post.
Add that in post. I'm not getting anything. I'm gonna type in Queen line in Google. Queen line. That's definitely gonna come up.
Well, I
Images.
assume there's people standing like.
Oh yeah, no, it was
Oh,
huge.
yeah, as people standing.
Reaches
Holy
24
moly!
hours, and it was cold.
Yeah, I would not wait in line. Even if it was like George Washington's grave, I'm not gonna. Like he came back and
Especially if it was
died.
George Washington. First president, also mid president. That's a hot take.
Really?
Yeah, he was only made president because people loved him. Because
Is that why everyone's made president?
well, yeah, but it shouldn't be. I think qualifications really should come first.
At the end of the
But,
day, it's if people like them or not.
I'm no Aristotle, but I think maybe choosing people to reign and rule over your country because they're fun and entertaining and you like them, not a good idea.
I feel like that's how majority people vote.
Because it says red on the ballot and blue on the ballot. I like my color blue, so let me just up and down the line blue.
Yeah, I don't like those people.
I don't know why they color coordinated. I feel like that's even worse for political.
Like they say, vote blue no matter who, or vote red no
So
matter.
blue.
It's like, what if they're running under a Democrat name, but they're like an extremist? Like they're a warmonger or something like that. It's like, you gotta know what you're voting for.
Yeah. Putting research in takes way too much time and effort, and I'm not into that.
Yeah, that's what majority of Americans, let's be real, they're not gonna do research on the uh, individuals of each party, or yeah, each candidate.
But love him or hate him, Donald Trump. If you really can't deny the fact that he made political debates fun to watch. Like who like in their right mind in 2012, 2016 was like, or well, 2008, 2012. Hey, let's turn on the presidential debate. No one. No
Yeah,
one ever.
it's because it was just ridiculous.
So boring. But Donald Trump comes in, starts roasting and flaming people, and you're like, man, maybe I should turn this on.
Yeah, well, what do you expect? He's a reality TV star. He's used to drama and all that. That's what they were talking about, I guess, during his
He
run.
was he was pretty good at it, honestly. It was pretty polarizing.
It was entertaining to watch, that's for sure.
And as an accelerationist myself, I just
Uh-oh.
enjoy watching. Uh-oh.
Wait, is
I'm
that
not
an
an
extremist
accelerationist.
ideology?
It is, and
Oh man,
but so
that's
is
gonna get us
communism,
canceled.
so it's all right.
Speaking of extremist ideologies, Ukraine's offensive towards Russia.
Yeah,
You
they
seen
were doing
that?
a pretty good job there, spanking them back a bit.
I've heard they're using CIA info, or like Russian war plans.
Now, here's a real fun battle tactic that the Russians used that I was surprised. They used the 2021 Joe Biden Middle East tactic that we used, where you leave all of your weapons behind.
Oh, yeah,
and then
I saw
and
that in the
then
news.
Ukraine just stole all of them.
Yeah, they have U.S. and NATO weapons plus the Russian weapons. It's like
They're just armed to the teeth.
just manpower. That's the only difference.
Now, at any point, Russia could absolutely destroy Ukraine. It could just like do an actual infiltration with their military and destroy them. However, this is a real Vietnam situation, I'm feeling, where it's like you don't want to overbeat the dead horse because of political things.
Yeah, but I think.
Because
Oh, go
oh
ahead.
no, please
Oh no, go
continue.
ahead.
No, after you.
No, I don't even know what I was
Oh,
talking
I
about.
insist.
No, I
Yep.
really
Oh,
didn't have a thought. I was just
oh, oh, you're just filling the space. All right. So, anyways, so Putin, all of this looks hunky dory from the outside, like Russia really loves him. I can't help but think maybe they don't love him nearly as much as they're portraying. I feel like the propaganda coming from Russia is pretty strong.
yeah, because if you protest in Russia, it's like 20 years prison sentence. It's super harsh. It's like if anyone protests, it's like completely erases the protest
I
in
was
just a few
reading about
days.
the what do you call it? The assistant to Putin. What is that guy called?
Um,
I think it was a defense minister, maybe. He was talking about how reporters they have like this fine line that they need to not cross because you have to report what's happening in Ukraine, but you cannot make Russia look bad.
yeah, you can't say it's a war. You have to say it's a special. Military
Yeah, because it's not a war. It's rather one-sided.
But
It's
the
more like guerrilla defense.
U.S. did the same. I mean, with the they say special military like Operation Desert Storm, and it's just like they're just going to war over oil or something in the Middle East, but they try to package it up as something else.
Oh, I love when America does it. It's funny, but when Russia does it, it's bad.
Of course, Russia
It
and
really says
China.
something about our society.
You say the S word.
Society.
It's about the money.
It's about sending us more oil. Oh, depleted oil reserves. That's a funny topic.
But we already talked about that.
We need to start another war in the Middle East to take more oil back.
I don't
We've
know.
run out. We can't pump anymore. We need to take it
I
from
think we
someone
just need
else.
pipelines.
Pipelines. Now we're shutting those down, baby. Out with the pipelines. In with the electric cars.
I think the U.S. produces the most oil. Yeah,
You know who produces the most pollution?
China,
Taiwan. That's why China needs to take
West
them out.
Taiwan. No, but look, the U.S. produces the most barrels of oil per day.
And it's just getting sent out.
It's hard to believe, actually.
It is hard to believe with
And
all,
yeah,
you know.
Russia's number two, Saudi Arabia's number three, Canada's four. That's interesting.
Wow. I think we need to do a little bit of expanding
Iraq,
on
number.
our northern side.
I mean, they were doing that pipeline thing, and it kind of
The
fell through.
future of Manifest Destiny is in our northern areas.
How much farther west could we go? What's west of Hawaii, Japan?
We can go further north.
But Manifest Destiny is supposed to be west.
No, we can start on new horizons.
Oh, speaking of New Horizons,
Horizons.
the new Little Mermaid.
I have a lot to say about this.
Oh, please tell.
Okay. Now, I read a Facebook meme, which, for anybody who's listening, don't go on Facebook to look at memes. They're not good. See, here's the pipeline. Here's the meme pipeline. They start on Reddit. They get
No.
sent to Instagram. They get sent to like 4chan. They get redirected back to Snapchat, and then they go to Facebook to die.
Facebook is bottom of the barrel, that's for sure.
So people were talking about this on Facebook. Sorry for the tangent, if you would. Uh, they were like, okay, so you can change this Marvel character white. You could change this Marvel character to a white person, and all the whitewashing in Marvel, and people freak out about the Little Mermaid. I agree. I agree. I think that the Little Mermaid can be black. However, now this is where the however comes in. Why? You know good and well they did it on purpose to make people angry.
Well, yeah,
And if
controversy sells.
you just know it was controversy for sales. Because why, in the name of all good things, would you just change the race of a character after all of the time spent talking about how much it's not good to change the race of characters? And I'm sitting here like, if there was a beloved cartoon, my favorite Disney cartoon of all time is Mulan. If they
Really?
made a live action movie of Mulan
They did.
and made the main character white or black or Hispanic or anything that isn't Chinese, I would die.
That is it. Yeah.
Why would you? It just needs to stay. It's not a remake. It's not a new like property. It's just a retexture.
Yeah. Same
Why
story.
everyone else is the same. Prince Charming? Isn't Prince Charming the prince in The Little Mermaid? Isn't he white?
I have no idea. They
Why
only
would you just
released a
change the color of
teaser so
her?
far.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. But in my opinion, with art, there's a limit. Well, to a certain degree, of course, within the law. But it's like, with art, I think you should be able to portray like whoever you want with anyone you want, because that's the point of an actor, is they're putting on an act, right?
Yeah.
But it's really up to the audience to decide if they really want to watch the movie, and that's what happens in a capitalist society, and that's
I
what
was
will be
just
the true deciding factor.
I was really angry when they made the genie from Aladdin Will Smith.
I just don't like Will Smith.
I don't know why. Why couldn't they have just made it an animated blue floating ghost? Why do you have to make it
Yeah,
a real
they
guy?
copied his likeness, or they could have made. I don't know. They wanted.
They didn't even make it look like Robin Williams, even the slightest little bit. So why would you make it look like Will Smith?
Yeah,
It's a big thing, like with retexturing and remaking. Just make a new property. If you want a strong African American female
yeah.
actor lead, just make a new fairy tale story.
I
Why
know.
would you? Why?
Hollywood has
It's
just been rehashing like all these old, like remaking books, movies. It's like get new material.
it's not a bad thing that they made her African American. It's not. And
No.
with the way 2022 is, people are quick to jump on. That's racist. You can't say you don't like it. That's bad. No, no, listen. It's not racist to ask why you would make such a weird decision. It's so out of the ordinary for you to just do that. Just make it a ginger person,
I
a
mean,
ginger Irish person. It's not even like American residential Caucasian. Just make it an Irish woman,
wait,
a ginger freckled
Irish
Irish
people are
person.
white, are
They're
Celtic?
white, but they're an oppressed minority.
I don't know.
They were an oppressed minority,
But yeah.
and everyone still hates redheads. So I stand by that.
Gingers have no souls.
Yeah, but it's just an interesting decision that I think was done on purpose for like political clout.
Oh yeah. There's no such thing as bad publicity. They
There's no
really
such
milk
thing as a
that.
coincidence.
Coincidence? Okay.
Koenigsegg?
It's
You know who drives a
Koenigsegg.
Koenigsegg?
It's Koenigsegg.
FedEx CEO does. He drives
He
a
probably does.
Koenigsegg.
He's probably filthy rich. And you know what he
He
also
won't be.
does?
You know what I mean?
He also stated that we're gonna face a worldwide recession.
What?
What are
I
your
was so caught off guard. I didn't see that one coming.
What do you think?
I think at what point did he think this was new?
Oh,
Did he like puff up his chest and like they're gonna lose their minds when I tell them that we're gonna go through a recession, and then he tells everyone, and everyone's like, yeah, we know.
the way I see it, like FedEx deals with international business. It's like they can see that data of like we're not shipping or selling that many products anymore. It's like they can see the what's the term they use? The writing on the wall. It's like they have
Writing on the wall.
yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, it is.
It's like
Uh,
yeah.
I agree. I think that if anybody would know, FedEx, UPS, those types of people would. Wait, no, not you. Yeah, UPS, not
Any
USPS, but UPS.
international business.
Honestly, FedEx has been going downhill ever since they dropped Tom Hanks alone on an island.
Oh my Oh, I bought something on eBay and they shipped through FedEx and they lost my package.
You
It
get a
was,
refund?
well, I did, but it wasn't from FedEx, it was from the eBay seller and I felt so bad. Because because FedEx was like, "Oh, we're trying our best to locate the package. We'll contact you back." They never contacted me back.
Yeah, the person in the plane's trapped on an island right now. We're trying to get him.
No, they said it was delivered somewhere, but it wasn't to my door, that's for sure. Oh
It's delivered
my.
somewhere over the Atlantic.
It really pissed me off.
Yeah, that happens. No, it doesn't. It never happens. I got my knife. It was shipped from another country, and it
Really.
took me 3 months to get here, which I can imagine since shipping a knife over U.S. customs ever since the tragedy has become a nightmare in itself.
Oh, I just bought something from Mexico, and it was through DHL. DHL is literally the best, I swear. They shipped something from Mexico to my door. It was Mexico City, like the southern part, in 2 days. It was absolutely insane. I was
Wow,
dumbfounded.
you're pretty fast on the draw there.
Yeah, you know what also is fast?
The inflation CPI report.
Yeah, the growth rate. Another 30-year, 40-year high is that?
Yeah, it's going up there. I think it was 23-year high. Was it? I don't know, maybe more than that.
It's like
It's
some
high.
since the 80s. It's
It's about to be the highest since the 40s,
what was it in the 40s?
the Great Depression.
Oh, no, that was the 20s.
Was it?
Yeah, the
Oh,
40s was World War II.
yeah, I thought it happened like directly before.
No, that's World
Hold
War
on,
One.
since we boast ourselves to be an incredible and
Reliable source.
incredible podcast, so I'm gonna re-educate myself on the Great Depression. Hold on, yeah,
Yeah, it was
and it went on until
1929.
and then it went until oh yeah, it went from 1929 to 1939. So I wasn't entirely incorrect.
Oh, that was almost 100 years ago.
Well,
But I just looked it up in 1940. Inflation rate was only 3%.
oh, we're about to clap them.
Well, let's see what it was in. Oh, in 1920 it was 15%. So we're a little shy of that, but
We beat America 100 years ago. America number one. America number one.
man, the depression was a rough time. Hopefully, don't we don't
The depression
see
will
a
be a tough time, is
we
what
don't
you
see a
mean.
prequel.
Great Depression, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh my goodness, that would be such a shame. That would
Oh,
give
here's
me
the.
depression.
Uh, they would be pretty unhappy. The big unhappy, the big sad. I was reading up on this judge. Uh,
Really?
yeah, this judge who gave an Iowa teen, which is funny because I didn't even know Iowa existed.
Isn't
Uh,
it like it's an imaginary state?
yeah, it's like Ohio. Doesn't really exist.
Just corn.
This is plants. Yeah, but on a more serious note, she killed her alleged rapist,
Really?
and then she had to pay $150,000 as recompense to his family.
Wow. I think I heard about that story actually.
Yeah, I bet you did. It's right here. Document.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, but as I was reading about it, I thought it was really interesting on a couple of notes because one, it really teaches me how stupid kids are.
Well, if you're in a bad situation, you don't
Yeah,
have any guidance.
I get it. No, trust me, I get it and understand it. But everybody's like, she had no fault. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, yeah, she didn't have any fault, but you can't look me straight in the eye, square in the eyes, and tell me that there was nothing that they could have done.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm kind
they
of
could
on
have
the
avoided
fence
it.
about this because it's like, yeah, he's a rapist, but did she have to kill him? But the other thing
Yeah,
too
he's a
is,
rapist, but
yeah, but did she have to kill him? And also, why does she have to pay 150K in restitution? It's it's so stupid. But the thing is, you have to. What matters is context. I think in this situation, because did she kill him after, like a year or two after, or was it during? I'm pretty sure it was like after the fact, because
in the
she.
reports it says she woke up, he was sleeping, she left, had every opportunity to run away, came back with a knife, stabbed him. I'm like, she should have killed him the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time. Why did she have to kill him the 13th time?
I
But
mean,
why did you let it go on so long without leaving?
if you're taking a self defense perspective, really, if she's able to escape and run, there's no need to kill, right? But if you're left to all your other vices, like there's nothing else to do, then you're forced to kill them to survive,
Now, I
right?
can't understate how much abuse and Stockholm syndrome and things like that do play a part. Like, it's really hard to just stab somebody or run away from a situation when you're hopeless.
Oh, of course.
But, but if you stick by them and it keeps happening over and over, and you have every opportunity to leave or go to the police and you don't, it's really hard saying it was rape to the judge because you're just letting it happen over and over and over again. It's not like you're chained up.
I,
It's
I
really hard to defend that in court, I feel.
wasn't the real story is like he pimped her out or something, and he was a pimp.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, she should have. Oh, I mean, she was only what 15, 14 at the same
Yeah.
time, so it's like not in the right mind.
Mm-mm.
Stupid and young. But yeah, she should have probably went to the police first for taking matters into her own hands. But
I really
what can you
think
do?
I really think it was good that she killed him. However, I think it should have happened sooner, and there were other avenues that she could have used at
Yeah,
this juncture. Uh, but it's over now, and now that it's over, I don't feel like she should have to pay $150,000
but did she get
to her
charged with jail
family.
time? I don't think she
Like
did.
three
Did she?
years, I think, but I think they
Oh,
got it
that's not
waived.
bad. So I don't know. I I guess it's a fair outcome. I don't.
I feel like remove the prison sentence, remove the money, and just like, well, he shouldn't have been there, and
He's a
I guess
scumbag
it's his fault.
anyway,
I
and
guess
now
we're
he's off
better
the
off without
streets.
him.
Yeah, probably the world is better off without him. Oh
It's really
man.
hard to know what to do in a situation because if you think about it like that, if you think about if you were in that situation and you were her, what would you do? It'd be hard. I mean, I know what I'd do. I'd
Well, I
probably
mean, I
just
would
leave,
probably do
but
honest.
it's hard to tell her what she should have done.
Well, hindsight is 20.
Yeah,
You know what it is? With the the family is the one that went after her. They're supporting this. The family is standing behind their rapist
I'm Bill
relative.
Cosby.
I don't, but it's like I don't know. It's the family's a scumbag, really. It's
Really
like they're
great
going after
situation.
this girl that was already abused, and they want money from her. You know, it's like how low can they go?
Yeah, I'm no law expert, so I don't know what's going on with Iowa.
I think
If she was in the great state of Texas, she could have shot him 17 times and they would have praised her.
the stand your ground laws are
I love Texas.
epic in some
That's a big Iowa L, in
circuits.
my opinion.
Oh, talk about stand your ground laws. That would be an interesting discussion.
I like stand your ground laws. I think in Tennessee we have stand your ground laws, and we have open carry. Like you don't even need a license or anything. You just open carry a gun.
I I think it's like a Pandora's box. 'Cause, I mean, there's so many guns already in America. It's like even if you outlaw them, what can you do? You might as well just allow law-abiding citizens.
Look, I gotta be a buck fifty. Everybody was freaking out about the whole open carry, and everyone was like, "Oh, everyone's gonna get shot. Oh no!" And then I don't even see anyone open carrying. I saw one guy open carry in like 7 months.
Revolvers.
Yeah, it was a revolver. He looked like a dork.
He wants to be a Western sheriff so bad.
He did. He had the cowboy hat. He had the spurs. He was short
Oh
and
my,
chubby
that is
and
so
had a
funny.
really scruffy neck beard.
Oh, I wish he
And
took a picture of that.
he had the like saddlebags waddle. You know that one, like the chink chink chink,
He was
and
riding a
like
horse.
a giant 7 pound 9 iron. 9 iron. What I say that big iron,
Has so much
just
recoil.
strapped. Bro was strapped. Thing probably fires a 50 cal round.
Man.
It was disgusting. But I just sipped my liberal coffee in my favorite liberal coffee shop.
Speaking of coffee, we're sponsored. Never mind, we're not
We're
sponsored.
sponsored by Black Rifle
I
Coffee
wish that'd be
Company.
insane. Maybe in
I
the
don't
future.
wish. The backstabbers. They didn't support Donald Trump.
Well, I don't
I don't
know.
know. There was a big controversy surrounding Black Rifle Coffee, and I have no idea what happened. While you talk about the open up the next, I will actually look at the Black Rifle Coffee.
I've never actually
Uh
tried it.
the Black Rifle Coffee controversy.
Have you tried their coffee?
No, but I can definitely assume it tastes like coffee.
It's well, I don't know. To me, coffee all tastes the same.
Oh, okay. So Black Rifle Coffee, what they did was they were denouncing Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh,
Yeah, because they wanted to distance themselves from that. And
I
Black
mean that's
Rifle Coffee,
understandable. I don't know.
liberals don't drink Black Rifle Coffee. The only people who drink Black Rifle Coffee are the radical right wing.
It's like with those gator sunglasses or something. Was it?
The
Is a similar controversy to that extent.
yeah, but here's the thing, right? So if your only fan base, right, is like far right, why would you alienate yourself like that from your only audience?
Yeah, that's kind of a poor business.
Now, I understand morally if you're like a big business and you're like pandering to everyone, right? But you can't show up on like Louder with Crowder and then like Ben Shapiro's podcast and then like, yeah, drink our coffee, drink liberal tears, maybe, and then be like, well, Kyle Rittenhouse is kind of a nerd. We don't like him. Like you can't. You have to pick a side, buddy.
You
You're
know
not gonna
what?
make any money.
Put I want to put the tinfoil hat on right now.
Mm,
But you know what I think it is?
yeah,
Is the banks. They
the bet.
control the company's funding, right? So
Mm,
it's like they say with this ESG thing, you know ESG, right?
I do not.
Oh, well, it's basic. What does ESG stand for? It's something like um environmental, social, and governance. So it's
Environmental,
like
social governance. Yeah.
say it to be like progressive and when it comes to environment and like social issues and stuff like that. So it's like if you have a low ESG score, you're not likely to be uh like banks won't give you money to expand your business or something like that. They'll say you're a risk or something. I don't know. So what I think it is they didn't want to pander, but their fund, like their investors or their funders or whatever, or the banks that they're getting their money from, tell them to do certain things to get their liquidity. I don't know. Just an
Now,
idea.
that's interesting. But Black Rifle Coffee, my opinion on that is I believe that if you have a set of morals surrounding your business, you should take a stand if that's what you feel you should do.
Of
However,
course.
I don't feel like you should dip your toe into pandering to the right wing, right? You should pander to them with all of the right wing ideology, eschewing liberalism. Yeah, let's
And
go,
it's an
America.
AR-15 on their bag, or is it an M4? I don't know.
Yeah, have your stickers on the back of all of the Let's Go Brandon trucks. And then at the same vein, completely alienate yourself from like Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, it is.
It
They
feels
were kind of
weird.
shooting themselves in the foot.
Like you pander like a little bit, you pander a little bit, and then you like pull out the rug there, and then everyone's gonna like really wonder what you're doing. If anything, just keep your mouth shut until the situation like blows over, and then see. But really, to hop in there and be like, Kyle Rittenhouse, ah!
Yeah, they
It's
should have just
really
said
weird.
nothing if they
Just don't
wanted
say
to
anything.
keep their fan base or whatever and
You don't
be
have to
neutral.
say anything,
Yeah, you
especially
don't
not
have to.
until after.
Wait, what are you gonna?
Well, I was just saying, don't say anything until after the court
Yeah,
trial.
until all information. I think that's what you should do.
Well, after you figure out the person he shot was a pedophile.
Well, I mean that's besides the point. The guy that said, I'm gonna kill you if you're alone. If I see you alone, I'm gonna kill you." I feel like that's that's already a threat. So,
Why did
uh,
he have a gun at a violent rally where they were going to kill people? I don't know. Maybe why did he have a gun when they were burning down
yeah, he
buildings,
shouldn't have
civilian
been there,
buildings?
but
Uh,
it's all said and done.
he shouldn't have been there, but from what I understand, what they say in the court trial was he was helping defend a storefront that a family member owned.
Really,
Yeah. So at that point, I mean, can you blame them for bringing a gun if you're defending a store from a violent riot?
it's like the rooftop Koreans.
The rooftop Koreans, my favorite. That's actually a really good story.
Oh, you know,
Count Dankula on
yeah,
YouTube. Everybody should subscribe. Alex Jones. I'm not going to go out here and support Count Dankula openly on this podcast.
or Alex Jones.
On my channel, you can go there and I'll tell you go subscribe. But on this one, we're trying to stay neutral.
Trying.
So Alex Jones is a man who has opinions, and some of them I agree with,
Some
and
of
some
them
of
are a
them I do
little
not.
extreme.
That's my Black Rifle Coffee. How they should have been. There were tons of good people on both sides. I promise you.
Yeah, when Trump said that, there's good people on both. He should have said there's terrible people on both sides.
Dude, yeah, and then everyone could agree with that. Yeah, like, yeah, I believe you. I get it.
Speaking of terrible people on both sides,
Here it comes.
Xi Jinping and Putin meet in Uzbekistan to
Yeah, they
discuss
did.
Ukraine and Taiwan during the SCO summit.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, do I use your real name?
Or real first name.
Yeah, okay. Here's the thing, Josh. Um, so I have said for a long time, I've said it. It's patented. It's a patented Jacob quote that Russia and Ukraine is just like China and Taiwan. It's literally the same thing. And
Yep.
now here we got Xi Jinping and Putin coming to confirm my theories that they're literally just the same thing. It's gonna happen. Fireworks are gonna get fired. Nancy Pelosi's gonna get shot down. We're gonna
Oh,
revisit.
Oh, we're beyond that.
And this whole open pact, is it? What do they call it? An open agreement, a no limits agreement, or whatever.
Did they have an agreement or
Yeah, it was called like a no boundaries or a no limits uh
that is
alliance.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
about that.
So basically, China has been a little bit, you know, wary to give any type of funds or military equipment outright supporting Russia, because NATO doesn't like Russia or what they're doing. And China likes to rip NATO off, but they don't like, confrontation because their military is mid. So what they're doing now is they're getting a bit more aggressive. They're like, all right, we'll actually assist you right now. Let's tell the whole world it's me and you, the Axis Part 2, baby.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Um. You know what the whole I don't know. China's unpredictable because like they want economic power and all that. Like if they help out Russia, they're they're probably gonna get sanctioned. But in turn, like the Western, like European and American economies are based off China's like manufacturing and all that. So it's like a Mexican standoff, really. It's a tough decision to make.
Oh no, China isn't supplying us anymore. We might actually have useful toys and gadgets that
Oh
don't
my,
break and snap, and we'll actually be able to eat our McChickens without ingesting a credit card's worth of microplastic.
oh my. But
It's China. I believe China is stuffing microplastics into our chicken to make the men infertile so that we can only
uh,
have one child just like them.
that's a joke, right?
No, I actually think that China's behind the microplastics.
Really?
They're poisoning us.
I, I think I don't know about microplastics, but fentanyl for sure.
Manufactures our water bottles. Somebody get them on the horn.
No, fentanyl, like, um, because what China does, they make fentanyl, they ship it through ports, and then like the cartels in Mexico own the ports, and then they ship it in the U.S., and that's why we have so many opioid deaths in the U.S. is because of like the fentanyl crisis and
The
opioid
CIA
crisis.
did it to our urban developments, and now China's doing it to the rest of us.
Well, I mean,
It's just
China
payback.
China was on the receiving end with the whole British occupation thing.
That's true. Wait, we did get him hooked. The British did get him hooked on opioids, didn't they?
Yeah, so it's like their comeback story, I guess.
Comeback story. I don't know if it's a comeback story.
I mean,
Such
it's against
treachery.
America instead of the UK. But I assume there's some fentanyl getting into the European markets too, drug
Oh,
markets.
I'm sure. European markets love drugs and dying. That's like
Yeah.
their two favorite things.
So with Taiwan, I think also we rely on Taiwan for like the computer chips and all that, and our military relies on Taiwan like for missile guidance systems, stuff like that. We get our computers from Taiwan to for our military equipment is yeah, so if China does try to pull a Russia or Putin or whatever tries to take Taiwan, it's and the US comes to defend, it's going to be pretty messy.
Look, all right. Now I'm not saying anything, but hear me out, all right? So, in the 1920s, 1929, Great Depression. 1939, Great Depression sort of fizzles out. 1941 to 42, World War II. So what I'm saying is
We're over.
new depression means we need a new world war.
But wars aren't good for economies.
Oh, they're good for economies.
They
They're
only
good for the United States economy, baby.
they're only good during the war, but after the war, all those disappear. So it's like
Think about it, Josh. United States, what did we have before the First World War? Crappy machine guns,
planes.
terrible, terrible vehicles, some bad biplanes. After World War II, Bing bong. We got bombers now. We got great tanks.
Nukes.
After World War II, boom. Entering Cold War era. We got tons of missiles, a bunch of nukes. Oh, nothing is better for America than pointless wars.
I mean, yeah, military industrial complex. A lot of money, that's for sure.
We love war. We here in America. We don't advocate for wars, but when wars start, you can bet the CIA is definitely behind it.
The yellow cake. We need to go to the Middle East. There's terrorists. And that was such a scam.
They're building weapons of mass destruction. Are they? Well, they could be.
You have
That's not
evidence?
a chance we're gonna. How about you back that up with some facts? The fact is that I made it up.
Have you seen that Dave Chappelle sketch?
No, I haven't.
Ugh. Should we watch it right now?
We should. Let's watch the Dave Chappelle. Let's do a commentary reaction.
We
Live
could.
reaction.
Let me look. It's well, basically the sketch is Dave Chappelle is Bush, and it goes into about like the war in the Middle East, and is pretty funny. Let me see if I can find it.
See if he can find it.
Found
While
it.
he's looking for that, let me tell you about our sponsor, Bang Energy Drinks. Without them, I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk about politics and conspiracy theories. That's a joke. I'd be able to do that, no matter what happened.
Okay,
Oh,
I have it pulled up.
all right.
I
I
actually
can't hear it.
yeah, I'm gonna share the audio with you.
Okay. I'm listening.
Okay.
Wait, isn't Dave Chappelle canceled?
Well, they tried.
Eh.
I'm gonna play the video.
All right.
It's used for nuclear reactors, like nuclear
Oh.
energy.
Huh.
I thought it just man, that was such a good.
Now, time to talk about why I believe the moon landing was faked.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Yep. All right. So, think about it like this. We were at war, sort of. It was a chilly battle, a cold war with Russia.
Yep.
And what we wanted more than anything else was baby boy, we wanted to get to space before them. Too late. Sputnik. Now what do we do? Oh, let's go to the moon. Let's go to the moon, they said. They ran the numbers. They couldn't make it. Want to know why?
They didn't have the
Because
technology.
how? With 1960s computers, are you A, gonna shoot a rocket to hit the moon
How
300,000
hard could it
miles
be?
away, and then get it to come all the way back? Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So what do? You fake it. And if you can fool the entire population of the United States that you made it, Russia will believe it. So we win the Cold War through propaganda.
I don't know if anyone won the Cold War, but with the moon, I think the moon landing, I think it was a big feat, and I think
love
it's
big feet.
real. Well, I think it was real, but the process, it was very
Shady.
well, not shady, but
Improbable.
it was like flying at night. Like they were so in the dark about things because they weren't able to calculate like very accurately with the technology and the computers they had.
It was either faked or a fluke.
I
It
think
was
it
one or
would.
the other.
I think it's more dumb luck. Well, not dumb luck, but luck was kind of on their side if it was real.
Show me the flag. Point the telescope at the moon and show me the flag. You can't do it. You can't do it because it's not there.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you put a flag on Earth, would you be able to see it from a satellite?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
probably. They can see you right now through your window.
My window's closed.
I didn't say it would have to be open, did I?
Well, I mean,
You
they're
just
probably
see-
listening to us talk right now. So.
They have FLIR active. Like, I
Well,
just see
they're
you
gonna
through the
hear us.
blinds. Of course. It's about to be public that I think the moon landing was faked. And they're like, man, this guy's insane. We don't have to
We
listen
need
to
to
what he's
box
saying.
them up.
We need to throw him in the loony bin. But I'm right.
Speaking of loonies, Governor Abbott and Governor DeSantis
Santas.
migrant busing to
Yeah,
Martha's Vineyard, Chicago military bases,
I
and
have
Washington
things to say
D.C. and
about
Kamala Harris's
this.
house. Yes,
I
please
don't see
tell
the
us.
big deal. I thought it was pretty funny.
You know, with Florida, it's somewhat reasonable because it's like Florida right now is going to experience hurricanes. It's like it's kind of reasonable to send people that you aren't able to house to another location that would be safer away from hurricanes. Because
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Let's be honest. They aren't supposed to be here anyways. What's the problem with just moving them to Kamala Harris's house? I don't know. We're not moving them out. We're just moving them in, baby. Let's go.
I don't know if they should have moved him to her house. To be honest,
Now, it's not really a thing that's like useful. It's more of a statement because they can sit back in Washington D.C. and be like, "Oh, the immigration's fine, just deal with it." But, they're not the ones on the border with the influx of hundreds of thousands of people every month that they have to feed and shelter because of Joe Biden's laws now.
the thing is, like these border states, they're sending migrants to northern, more liberal areas. It's like they're not warning the states they're sending to like how many people are coming and when they're coming, stuff like that. So it's like there's miscommunication between the two, which is classic for government politicians.
They're really just
Uh,
passing the buck because they're not really getting information on how many are coming into the border states either. Now for Texas, Texas has terrible infrastructure. They could barely support their own people. They're on a lifeline and it is beeping, baby. I don't think the influx of all of these immigrants, especially, the ones that, you know, just walk across, is really helping Texas that much. I feel like they really need some help. And I feel like Washington doesn't want to help them very much.
Probably not. But I think if Texas is not able to help them and these other states are able to, I mean, it should be okay if those states are willing to take them, and they already have it all set up. But it's
Now they're talking
like,
about how it's a humanitarian issue and like, oh no, you shouldn't be doing this to these poor immigrants. I'm like this, all right? If you're not going to help Texas or Florida with their immigration problem, then them sending it to you is kind of like a state protest. I understand that. I'm not sure how well it will work, but I understand why they're doing it.
yeah,
It's really hard for them to manage this.
I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, nobody knows, but uh,
What they need to do is they need to fix the immigration system
oh,
and
of
then
course,
because really they're like, "Oh, seal up the border and then fix the immigration issue." I'm like, if you fix the immigration issue, then you'll easily be able to like secure the borders.
I think what the issue is the source, like the countries they're coming from. Like, I don't know, for example, like they had to close the border near Baja California because they're just the cartels were just rampant like crazy, and it's like
I have
cartels are militarized and crime is just out of control, and that's why they're coming over because they have like our towns being wiped out by drug
bro, it's
cartels.
something else. Their entire military is just dedicated to fighting the cartel,
I
and it's
know,
probably also owned by the cartel.
yeah, there's corruption like crazy.
I have two solutions for the United States to solve the border crisis, and they're very interesting. Okay, so the first one is Manifest Destiny South edition.
Uh
If we take over Mexico, then there won't be any illegal immigration because it will just be the United States. All
uh,
right. Solution? No, tell me what you think about it. What do you think?
I I don't think they should annex Mexico, obviously.
More land.
But technically, can't they classify like drug cartels as terrorist organizations because they're damaging like American homeland?
Oil.
Because
So
it's like they send drugs, drug cartel sells drugs and on our streets, our people, like the whole opioid crisis that we're going through right now.
that
It's like,
brings me into my secondary solution. What
please
drugs
tell
are they
us,
bringing in, Josh?
probably
Heroin,
heroin,
cocaine,
probably everything.
all of it? Legalize drugs.
Yeah, there's
Then
just
what are they gonna do? Nothing. They aren't gonna do a darn
yeah, they
thing. A
tried that
darn doodly
like
thing.
with marijuana, Colorado and California, and what happened was they the legal prices are so high that they just buy it illegally anyways.
Here's the thing, Josh. If you let me make meth in my bathtub
Oh,
and grow poppy seeds,
Sky Blue.
then who they're gonna buy it from? Shady Mexican MS-13 cartel or good old home state Jacob? Buy it from me. I'll sell it for a cheaper price. I'll beat the competition. And
I
what? Now, no more cartels.
I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of well, I agree with decriminalizing drugs and like helping instead of arresting drug addicts, like give them rehab and stuff. But it's like legalizing it. It's like imagine going to a
What?
Walmart and you could just buy meth. It's
No,
like
enforce it, not legalize it. Enforce it. You have to buy them.
I, I don't know if I agree.
We'll
That's
do
just
we'll do what they want to do with guns. We'll do a buyout.
that's
we'll do a we'll do a government buyout of all the drugs.
that's too free of a market for me.
Free market capitalism. The freer the market, the freer the people. That's what it says on my political compass.
To some extent, yeah.
Yeah, Rockefeller. Everyone was free under him.
Yeah, monopolies aren't free market.
I
The
love
thing.
Monopoly, man. My favorite game.
Yeah, monopoly defeats free market.
Yeah, but back to the DeSantis. I think I don't know. I don't think it's gonna do anything. The whole busing them to Kamala
Yeah, I
Harris.
think it's just gonna be hype for a couple weeks, maybe then blow over. Gonna be
I haven't
solved.
heard about it yet, so I didn't even. I guess it's not that hype
Oh.
either,
Well, I mean, they're probably trying to keep it under the rug.
bro. I just think DeSantis is as crazy as his state, and I think it's fun to watch what Florida
He is a
does.
Florida man. Is he? Was he born in
Florida man,
Florida?
yeah. DeSantis is the senator, governor
Well,
of
I mean,
Florida.
yeah, governor, but was he born in Florida? Oh, he was Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, he's a Florida man.
Oh, classic. So we're past an hour running time.
We have a dog saves family from a house fire, but that's not, that's not relevant. We don't like dogs.
But I added it
We
in.
beat dogs. We kick
What
them
the heck?
and
No,
we
we
eat
don't.
them.
I just since we all talked about negative news, I just wanted to lighten up the mood with a
We didn't talk about
conclusion.
negative news. I talked about drug legalization, baby. Let's go.
I wouldn't call that positive.
Mandatory cocaine.
Was this
They did that
GTA?
in Germany, and what they did in Germany, they worked
Wasn't it
really
meth?
fast. I thought it was like cocaine. Could have been meth.
I thought meth was like the German.
Oh yeah, probably was meth, but cocaine's like less addictive.
Well, I wouldn't know.
It's safer.
I don't know.
So let's just legalize cocaine, mandatory cocaine, and then let's see what the cartels think about that. But I didn't actually look at the dog save family story.
Really, I thought I'd
Nope.
just add it as like a happy ending
So
because
you read about it?
no.
Oh, you didn't? What?
I
What?
just because I just wanted to lighten up the mood a
All right,
little.
copy paste it. Let's take a look.
It's just the type. Just missing dog saves family from home fire.
How?
I have no idea. Let's read the article. And it
Okay.
has nothing. A direct link. What's this?
Oh, here we go.
A dog in
Okay.
Virginia. Wait, let me show this on the dog in Virginia jumped to action Thursday morning to warm. To warm. Ugh. I need to put my glasses on. It says to warn a family in danger.
Glasses. 4 eyes, 4 eyes. You need glasses to see.
Well, assuming the dog was a stray, Galloway made a outdoor shelter with electric.
You just say Galloway?
Isn't that right? Galloway?
I thought
Galloway?
it's Galloway.
I don't know. L.A. Noir.
Galloway.
What is it?
Galloway.
Oh, Galloway.
Ah! Ah!
Ugh.
The best.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like a
Yeah.
wholesome story, I guess. Include things.
It's so wholesome, I could eat the whole dog.
Maybe you could
It's
watch
not a
this
big
quick
hero
video.
in a small but furry package. A family still has their house tonight after a dog alerted them to a fast-growing fire.
Yeah, that fire happened after 2 this morning
House
in
still
the
got burned,
1500 block
probably.
of Silver Creek Road in the Big
Oh, I
Stone
should've brought
Gap,
the
Virginia
fire.
area. John Jenkos spoke to the family about what fire crews call
Did
a
the dog put out the
life-saving
fire?
decision by their dog.
Meet Butter. He's the dog that saved
Butter?
the
Like
home
Butter?
and
What? This guy
lives
does
of Charity
Minecraft?
Galloway
I
and her
know.
2 kids.
If it wasn't for him, who knows what could have happened. I mean, it
Probably
could have
would've woken
been
up.
way worse.
Just after 2 a.m., a fire broke out in Butter's
they're
dog
like white
pen.
trash.
Firefighters on scene say that came from an electric
Wow.
lamp inside the
Happy
shelter.
news section. And
flames
this
just
guy's
got
like, wow, they're the worst.
It's
The dog should have left them to
overwhelming, actually,
die.
how fast it happened.
But there to save the day was Butter, a stray dog that took to Galloway's
This guy does
home.
He
Minecraft.
just showed up one day and never left.
Galloway says she heard Butter's barks, then glass shattered. The heat broke her front window.
This guy does
Fire alarms
Minecraft.
had not gone off yet, but that early alert
Wait,
allowed her son to put out
that's
the
a-
flames with a garden hose before firefighters even got there. Valley
Oh.
volunteer firefighters say
The
that
real
barking
hero
is
of the
why the
story is that
Galloways have a
garden
home
hose.
tonight.
And if it wasn't been for that dog that night, there's no
Oh
way
my, this guy's a
they would've
firefighter?
been
He looks so
saving the
young.
house.
A Facebook post showing Butter with firefighters,
My little
including
brother
Stidham,
set
went
my yard on
viral.
fire.
It was a really, really nice dog. It came up and played with all of us, and in that picture, I was sitting there petting it, and it was
What
as
response?
nice as it could be.
Then Galloway learned Butter would soon be leaving
Josh?
her. Galloway says that viral
Did
photo
I ever
helped
tell
her
you the
find
story where
this
my
lost
little
dog's
brother set
actual
her yard on
owners,
fire?
but
Which one? Oh,
He set our yard on fire. Did I ever tell you that?
like a massive fire or just like a small
It was
one?
pretty big.
What size you think?
Oh yeah, so okay, so I'll tell you the story. This is a good story. So I'm getting done with school since I'm homeschooled, and I'm
Oh.
going outside to play. I was a little kid, and my little brother was even littler. Now, we in this family, we love our propane torches,
Uh-oh. I think I know
big
this
blow
is going.
torches. And for some reason, my little brother got a hold of one, and boy, he was just a pyromaniac, I guess. So I walk outside. I'm just walking to our backyard to my favorite tree. And when you're a kid, I guess having a favorite tree isn't so weird. Um, but I'm there and I see this billowing smoke pile, and I'm like, that's weird. And then
Oh,
I just
man.
see my little brother's like standing in the middle of a circle of fire, just torching the ground with the propane torch. This guy's just roasting it, and I'm like, what the heck?
Was it like dry grass? Or
It was sort of dry. It was like almost fall, so it was getting close.
wow. He's dumb.
Well, he was very small. And
mean-
so I run inside and I get my mother, and she starts having a panic attack and just puts it out with the hose. It's pretty funny.
That's so funny.
Oh my goodness. It was close to being dangerous,
I
but
don't know.
it was kind of funny, yeah.
Back in the day, I used to burn like grass with a magnifying glass, and one time I got a little out of control about it.
Oh, this guy's a pyromaniac. He never stopped. Now
think-
instead of lighting grass on fire, he lights random people's houses on fire, and then
Uh-oh.
they have to be saved by dogs named Butter.
Yeah, I went to Virginia.
He took a trip to Virginia. It's like serial killers, how they just pick a random person. He just like serial arsonist. He just randomly goes to a state and lights a house on fire.
I did not.
He's responsible for the 1900s Chicago wildfires.
Oh my god. Ugh. I think. What do you think we can conclude?
I think we can conclude that this dog is adorable,
Yeah.
and that family is not.
that family is
That family looks like they already tried the legalizing drugs idea.
or they want that idea.
They're like, I'll make meth in my bathtub. They've got a family recipe. It's been passed down for generations.
Oh my.
I didn't know Virginia was a state with people like that in it. I thought it was all upper class rich people.
I mean, every state has its countryside.
Does it?
Like New York, upstate New York.
Does Montana have a city side?
I said every state has their countryside. I didn't say every state has
Wondering
their
if they're the
city side.
opposite. Like, does every country have its city? Does every state have its city side?
I don't know.
Because I mean, I've been to Iowa. Actually, I've never been to Iowa. I've been to Ohio, and they don't have a city side. The biggest city is nothing.
Like Anchorage, Alaska.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah.
Jesse Pinkman.
I was at Jesse Pinkman. Right?
He moves to Alaska.
Just spoil it.
But did you not watch the movie El Camino?
No.
Oh well, never mind then.
Oh my.
What do you mean spoil it? What is that, like a plot point? You were like, I hope he doesn't move to Alaska this whole time. And I told you, and he's like, no.
I think we're gonna conclude things now.
I think we're gonna end the podcast here. Thank you all for not listening.
You made it this
And just
far.
looking
You're
at
epic.
Funny Dog. Funny Dog.
Okay.
And also go check out everything we talked about. Fact check it, and then in the
Oh,
comments
yeah.
tell us how we were
Yeah, in the
wrong and
description.
misrepresented everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the info in the description we talked about.
I can't wait to be canceled in 30 years when people find this and I'm running for president of the United States and they disagree.
Okay.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.